Hey yo, it's time to roar, get loud, let's ignite. Jeremy B in the house, we keeping it tight. Every weekday at 11, we ready to ride. Lions Talk Live, come and join the pride. Waking up early, it's that morning grind. Tune in to the show, leave the troubles behind. Jeremy B's the king, with the voice like thunder. Every word he spits, it's a lyrical wonder. Got the lions around, sharp and fierce. When we hear one pride, you can't help but feel your heart pierce. Talking all the topics, keep it real, keep it raw. With a lion's mentality, we're ready for the roar. One pride, it feels right. Jeremy B bringing the heat, morning light. Every weekday at 11, we taking flight. Lions Talk Alive, yeah, we ready to bite. One pride, hear us loud. Jeremy's in the zone, making us proud.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Good afternoon. That's right. It is a Victory Monday. That's for all of you, because I'm not going to be able to do it again because that sucker is almost dead. I think it was because they weren't prepared for Winston or Dart. I think they prepared for Dart more than they did Winston. And Winston, we know when he was with Tampa Bay, he was only horrible at decision making because of his eye problem. He had LASIK surgery and he steadily became a better quarterback. He still threw a pick, which we turned into points. So I'm not going to complain too much in a win. The play calling was a little sus to begin with. We weren't able to establish the run right away, and then we did. We went away from it. We deserved it. We earned it. I disagree with that statement, Kevin, because there was a couple players through the first half. We saw Amon-Ra was really, really struggling. And when he was on the St. Brown podcast, I saw something that bothered me. And I'm going to put it in the show right now as soon as I find it. It's the big reason why St. Brown has been struggling with drops ever since week 5. Remember when he hurt Eagles did more than suck. They didn't score a point. Ricky Sika, what's up, brother? But look at the hand. That's broken. And somewhere between his thumb and his wrist. That's a break. I've seen that before. I've had it on my hand. That is a break. And that's why he's been struggling catching the ball. All my fellow Lions fans, jump in the social media posts and shit talk the bandwagon fans. They're losing their minds. Absolutely. That one catch that St. Brown attempted is the reason why Goff got picked. He put his hands up there. He got his hands on the ball. It deflected off, and it went to the other guy. But for the most part, the whole first half, we were pretty much stale and stagnant. We were struggling to get by. We were struggling to make plays. And then St. Brown caught fire. And then he did this 9 catches and 149 yards between 3 quarters and a tutty. And other than Calvin Johnson and Herman Moore, he's the only receiver we've had catch 500 passes in his career. we're still in a chance to make the playoffs. It really depends on what happens tonight. If the Panthers do their job, guess what? We're in the playoffs as at this point of the year. We're just on the cusp. We're tied with play teams. Right, and that's what they should have did, but they didn't. So, oh well. Yep, and that's the other thing I was going to bring out. Shane Bowers, the DC of the Giants, was fired this morning. That is the fifth coach or coordinator that has been fired in Dan Campbell's playoff tenure here. Exactly, and we got people coming back healthier. We still haven't seen our whole defensive line healthy. Our offensive line will not be healthy, and we're still managing to pull out some wins. We haven't lost back-to-back wins still since October of 2022. And then this guy took over the game. Let me take the comments off the screen for a second. 26 touches, 264 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a 99 speed. Jahmyr Gibbs holds 3 of the top 4 speeds in the NFL on runs. That 69-yard rush, he hit 22.17. There in week 7, he hit 22.23. In week 2 versus the Bears, he hit 22.34, which is only 4/100ths of a second slower than a reception by Jonathan Taylor. Yes, he did. You know, we just saw one of the most athletic quarterbacks. Hey, you're right. Rams do look like the best team in the NFL, but at the same time, the Bucks look like they're still suffering from Honolulu Blue Flu. You realize they've only won 1 game since they played us. We won 3. Eagles played us. We played them tough. What did they do? They fell apart. Exactly. If the defense plays the way it did versus the Eagles, I see us beating the Packers. If it plays like we did yesterday, it's going to be one hell of a slugfest. The Pistons keep winning. I like us. We're at home. I've said that a lot, almost all year, that the home team should win every game. And other than the abysmal game we played the Vikings, hey, yes, he did. I, it is true. Goff plays as good as the O line plays. In our 4 losses, the O lines played bad. In our wins, they played decent. We still didn't get but 1 sack yesterday. Yes, I said they did. Nobody listened to me. They're having an awful time with JJ. Let me send that one in here. Do you know what his passer rating was yesterday? JJ looks horrible. Okay, let me show this to you. It's worse than you think. His passer rating yesterday was a 34.2. If he was to spike every play, you'd get a 39.6, which means as a quarterback, he's worse than somebody that spikes the ball. Let's see what Bill T says. Well, I know why the Bucks were dominated last night. Todd Bowles said Baker played through the game hurt. Eh. Read it again. That's his QBR. His passer rating was a 34.2 yesterday. You can get a 36.9 just by spiking the ball. I thought the same thing, and I said that when he was drafted. I thought it was a mistake taking him at 10. There was people that they needed on that roster more than a QB. Possibly he's bitching already. He's been bitching through social media. Let's put it this way: when Wentz was in, he was averaging 97 yards per game. He's averaging 45 per game right now. I'm about ready to stash him on fantasy. They should probably start Max Brosmer. It couldn't be worse. But yes, we did reporting as back in black yesterday, and we're 4-1 in the black. Let's go. I hope we don't do those awful throwbacks on Thursday. The throwbacks are awful. We have an awful record in them. I think we're one in forever. I'm looking at getting one of these coffee tables. I saw that over the weekend. I don't think so. Brock Wright did good yesterday. I think this is the week we're going to see Pascal and Davenport hit the roster. You may see a few of these backups go away. Thomas Harper did great. Got a nice pick yesterday. I don't think we're screwed with Elaporo. Uh, we don't know. We won last year on Thanksgiving Day, Ricky. You remember? Brent, good to see you, Harpazo. But the other night, Cade Cunningham with 29 points, 10 assists, and 8 rebounds in the win joined Michael Jordan, Oscar Robertson, Luka Doncic, Trey Young, and Nate Archibald as the only players in NBA history with a streak of 25 plus points and 10 assists in 6 straight games. Yeah, he's done for the season. I think it was more him. We were playing press man, and he was losing Wandell Robinson, who's fast. I think they win against the Browns. I don't think they're going to beat the Eagles. The Eagles are going to be angry. Yeah, I, I don't know what happened with the secondary. DJ Reed did okay, but the other ones, I don't know. Yoli, good to see you. Congratulations, you guys beat up on the Vikings. But it is a victory Monday. I'm happy that we got the win. Say what you want. An ugly win is better than not winning. We went to overtime and won. Yes, the Eagles are going to be pissed on Black Friday. Hey, raise your hand in the north if you won. Let's do it by picture. Let's start at the top and work our way down because it's funnier that way right now. They won. They won. We won. And keep trying. Yes, it is. Golf wasn't great. Yes, we are going to play each other Thursday. Yeah, St. Brown injury. I brought that up. I showed it. This is what he looked like on the podcast last Wednesday. That's a broken bone, boys. Yeah, it's been that way since the Bengals game. That's why his drops are up. That's right. Yes, we they take the day off today. They practice Tuesday and Wednesday, so I'll be looking at the injury report come Tuesday. Yes, you're coming through just fine, Harpazo. I see your comments. I know you got to take off. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate everybody. We already got 73 comments to start the show. That's amazing. We're only 16 minutes in. Yes, sir. I am no longer coming into the Huddle Sports YouTube app. I am going to go to their Facebook page. Breaking news: the Lions got a fifth coordinator slash head coach fired, and Shane Bowers, the defensive coordinator for the Giants. I think Kafka should have been fired for not taking the field goal. If he'd have went up by 6 points, I don't think we'd have made it back. I don't think we'd have, and we also might not have played to tie. We played to tie because we're at home. That's what you're supposed to do. When you're at home, you play for the tie. Probably either tomorrow or Wednesday. Khalif Raymond went out with an ankle injury. We had to see what that was. Oh, gotcha. We got 42 people watching across the network. Make sure you hit the like button on whatever platform you're watching it on, whether it's Twitter, whether it's Kick, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Facebook, because that helps all of us. Yeah, he was, and it didn't get called. He doesn't know how to embellish that enough. He just kind of goes off to the sides, and they don't always call it. Um, one of the guys said that he held him on an island. I was like, dude, they were doubling him all day. He had 6 QB hits. Anybody realize that? Jameis Winston got out of him. Yes, sir. We do. After what happened on week 1, we need to pay him back for that. We need Miles Frazier back in this old line. I think he'll be better than Yodi on accident. We were better this game, but man, those runs by Gibbs were amazing. Yes, we do. Yes, he was. Oh, it was good. I watched the replay 6 times. That was good. He declared it from 64. He didn't have the mustard on it like he did there in Houston, but it was kind of the same thing. It tucked just inside the goalpost. Oh, Tucker tried out for the Saints. Yeah, they need help. Oh, he is. Does great in run play. Pass pro, he sucks. Yes, sir. I agree. A players only meeting is needed. Hopefully, TA's back this week. We need him this game. Hmm. I think he will. He almost played this week. He ended up being in limited practice, and they held him out for the. I think they held him out for our game, even though that was the first 300-yard passer we given up this season. Does anybody even realize that? That's the job our secondary has done till this game. We hadn't given up a 300-yard passer until famous Jameis. They couldn't run on us. Yeah, yeah, I know. They couldn't run on us. We still have yet to give up a 100-yard rusher. Wandell Robinson was beating Amik Robertson like a redheaded stepchild out there. Once he got a little winded and hurt towards the end of the game, he wasn't getting his free. I don't know what happened. Thank you. Yes, sir. Um, Hutch had 6 QB hits, 8 pressures, and a sack in the game. Amen. So we got Green Bay Thursday night, Thursday afternoon, and then Dallas on Thursday night. Thank you, Will. Thank you, Fred. I try not to be too homerish in my articles. I like, yeah, I know they're not eliminated yet, but the Giants are because the Seahawks won. We won. All it took was the Lions win and a Seahawks loss, or win or tie. The Giants are the first team eliminated. No, they won't. They're playing great offensively. Defensively, they're suspect. That was also the second time they played Philly this year. They looks like they learned something. But as long as this man's pounding the rock and this man's catching it, I think we'll be okay. 15 carries, 219 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground with a top speed of 22.17 on the 69-yard run in overtime. Yes, they are. But Dallas isn't in our division. Packers are. So this is going to be a tough game. It's a rivalry game. It's on Thanksgiving. Let's make Jordan Love eat corn the long way like we did Caleb last year. Oh. Let me look up his stats. I think he still can. You guys remember Jimmy Cliff, the one that sang I Can See Clearly Now? He passed away today. He's at 884 yards right now. He'll get the 1,000. Gibbs is over 900 yards rushing, but 1,000 receiving, I doubt it. Let's look up Jameer Gibbs stats. He's got 951 yards rushing and 10 touchdowns, 6.1 yards per carry. He's for the month of December. Hate these ads. For the month of December versus the NFC or versus the entire league. 425 yards, 8.3 yards per carry, 4 touchdowns. 69 is his long, 22 receptions, 185 yards. Receiving, he's at 379 yards this year and 3 touchdowns. So he has a total of 13 touchdowns. Monty hasn't looked the same all year. He had that one good game. That's awful. I love it. But you know what we do when we win? What do I do the end of every show? It's Victory Monday. It's time to hear this. Forward down the field, a charging team that will not yield. And when the blue and silver wave, stand and cheer the brave. Rock, rock, rock. Go hard win this game. With honor you will keep your fame. Down the field and gain a Lions victory. Go Lions. And before I cut out, I'm coming live out of Flint, where the water's shit, but the tires are good. Because even though they're not my sponsor, I still work for them. So let's hear this song.
City sleeps another year. Dreams deferred and soaked in beer. The wind howls a lonely song. Another season gone wrong. But wait a sound across the frozen ground. Lions talk. Lions talk. Smoking Jeremy B. Lions talk. Down rubber ghosts of better days. Echoes in a hazy maze. Same old story year on year. Hope and heartbreak always near. A rumble deep, secrets they will keep. Lions talk. Lions talk.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.